woke up in South Dakota this morning and birds are singing and the weather is absolutely beautiful, perfect. We're headed to Mount Rushmore, Badlands, a couple places today, but our next state we want to get to is Montana, and they've got some really bad weather coming over the next couple days, so we're going to hang out in South Dakota for a quick introduction. Bed in the back. Underneath is where I store the RV cover. Over here, mostly tools. Over here, my wires for hookup. And either side, left and right, I can lift up from the inside, which I'll demonstrate. Front seat swivels around. You're transporting plants from New Hampshire to try and grow them in Vegas, whatever. So this swivels around, it creates more room, but for some reason Yui doesn't like it swiveled around. When you enter, you have your AstroTurf there to wipe your feet. This is my battery box right here. Again, this is a warts and all video because now is not the ideal time. It's not clean. What I have is, see how I just carved a hole right there for a handle. Inside here, I have my converter, which goes from 110 to 12 volt to charge my battery when we're plugged in. We have this little heater here because it has a thermostat. Our on the roof heater, $57. It's like a toaster red plug, or red, like a in your toaster, how that turns red, that bar, only 57 bucks. So it just blows hot air over it. It doesn't regulate any temperature or anything. It's just got high and low. So this one will actually shut off after a certain temperature. And on this, and then there's my AGM DeepSync battery, which is charged from my alternator. I went from a 80 amp to a 200 amp alternator. This is an inverter. Okay, first that was a converter. This is an inverter, and it does the opposite. It goes from my 12 volt battery, converts to 110. So the converter goes from 110 to 12 volt, and this goes from 12 volt to 110. As you can see, I've got a couple USB plugs here to charge things, and I have two 110. So when we're driving down the freeway, I take this extension cord and plug the refrigerator into it. The refrigerator is plugged into this 110, which comes from the house electrical supply, which is on the outside. So let me show you that real quick. When we pull in, I pull out my electrical wire, 30 amp, and I plug in here, and it goes into here. That gives me 30 amp power, which my converter then changes to 12 volt to run the inside, but it also powers 110 circuits on the inside. If you can see that little red light down there, that is a Wirthco, W-I-R-T-H-C-O, battery isolator. And what that does is it keeps the inside from drawing power from my car battery, so it doesn't go dead sometime when we're out in the middle of nowhere. So it doesn't suck juice from here. What it also does is it allows me, there's a button on here I can hit right there where it says push, that if this battery does die, I can use my house battery to jumpstart my main battery. So that's pretty cool. So that's the battery box. And this, by the way, is veneer I applied. I bought it on Amazon. I put it on the wooden cabinet we made, me and Jimmy made for the refrigerator. Jimmy Moreno, which is just a Frigidaire bought at Home Depot for $219. Didn't come with the refrigerator magnets. So again, the left side and the right side both lift up to expose my tools, and then the other side's got some pots and pans and stuff. And underneath, I kept a little space here for a porta potty, which I need to put a bungee or something across the front, because only in a really bad situation where I slam on the brakes, it will slide forward, but most of the time it's fine. Have a little cubby in here to keep the igniter for the Winnebago portable stove, a couple pots and pans and things like that. Have my microwave up here. These cabinets went all the way to the bottom, and I sawed them off, and I put these $2 it's to keep your pipes from freezing, I think is what it's made for, like insulation, but it works good to keep your head from getting banged too. I keep my stuff up here. Yui keeps her stuff under here. Again, it's got the little handle. Not very well made, but it works. So Yui keeps her stuff under there. And I have another cubby back here. See the handle, it just free floats, sits in there. And you can keep shoes or any other extra stuff you want to keep back there. The curtains in the back cover the windows. I just put magnets that I bought $2 from Walmart, and the curtains are held against the back. Got this body length pillow, which I really like, which is really cool, which I use for a backrest over here for what I call the battery box. There's my Coleman Mach 3 Cub, which is 950 BTU, the smallest I could find, because even on the lowest setting, a little teeny van like this gets cooled off fast. And again, it only has high and low. It doesn't say, oh, it's 72 degrees, I'll shut off now. So you turn it, it's on or off. And again, it has the heating element, which we call a heat strip in there, which was $57. But by doing that, I lost my 12 volt lights. I got to fix those later, hook them up. Here's a fishing pole Tom in Las Vegas gave me, and it's handy for hanging hanging our towels to dry, washcloth, all that kind of thing. We keep a cooler in here to use as a table, but of course also has storage inside, a bunch of stinky tie stuff, and we keep drinks and snacks handy for the driver. Up here we have a lot of storage, sheets, some of my camera stuff, and bathing bag. When we go to the shower here, we keep our stuff in there. And I keep some camera stuff also, and some exercise equipment that Ajit bought for me. And sheets and towels and pillows and stuff in there. And this right here, we have this. This is just a shower rack. And you twist it and it expands, and then we have the curtain, privacy curtain on it. So when we park, we close this to give us like a little bedroom back here. And that's about it. The flies are starting to fill up now. So, what we have for the curtains, they're kind of like three-way curtains. They can be open, it can be down to give privacy but allow light. And then at night, we close these all the way. Up here, I keep medicine and vitamins, dry goods, foods, potato chips, and here canned goods and cereal and some eating cutlery type stuff. So we pull into a campground and open the back and let Yui cook back there. I do the driving, she does the cooking. Little rice cooker. Refrigerator, what I like is it has a separate freezer and refrigerator. We keep it bungeed so that when we're driving, we take a corner, it doesn't fly open. One more thing I should point out is our microwave, which comes in handy. You can only use it when plugged into shore power. You cannot use it off the house battery in my battery box, the AGM Deep Sink. You cannot. And you cannot use it the same time as the air conditioner. You got to remember to turn off the air conditioner before we engage the microwave. Otherwise, you pop fuses. It's not a good situation, but it's okay. It's totally livable. And it looks like my breakfast has just been delivered. Thank you, Yui. Looks
Yeah.
good. Oh, is that grilled? Was that grilled beef and onions on there with the egg?
Beef, eggs, and
Munster cheese on sourdough. I think I can live with that for breakfast. We're learning. Everything's different as you go on the road. You go along. You make modifications. You make changes. It's not perfect, but it works pretty good for us so far. And here ends the video.